The Great Green Wall of China stands as the world's largest reforestation project, with an ambitious aim of combating the relentless expansion of the Gobi Desert. Spanning decades and involving the planting of over 66 billion trees, this initiative is monumental in scale and intention. Yet, while its objectives are undeniably noble, the project's execution has faced significant challenges, raising questions about its long-term sustainability and ecological impact. Success or failure of such an endeavor could have global consequences, making it essential to examine its origins, strategies, achievements, and setbacks. The roots of this initiative lie in a historical struggle against desertification, a problem China has battled since at least the 1950s. Following a prolonged period of unsustainable growth, around 27% of the country's landmass was classified as desert. The Gobi Desert alone was expanding at an alarming rate of 10,400 square kilometers annually by the year 2000. This rapid encroachment threatened farmland, exacerbated food insecurity, and jeopardized the livelihoods of millions. With a burgeoning population, the prospect of widespread famine loomed large unless immediate action was taken. In response, the Chinese government launched the Great Green Wall Initiative in 1978. The vision was audacious: a massive wall of trees stretching approximately 4,500 kilometers, designed to act as a buffer against desertification. Beyond its primary goal of halting the Gobi's advance, the project aimed to reduce the frequency and severity of sandstorms, enhance soil quality, and offset the country's carbon emissions. By 2020, official reports indicated that 23.3% of China's land area was covered by forests, a substantial increase from the record low of 8.6% in 1949. While these numbers reflect a significant achievement, the path to this progress has been fraught with challenges. One of the most critical issues has been the reliance on monoculture forests. To expedite growth, the project primarily utilized fast-growing species such as aspen, white birch, and poplar. While these trees can quickly establish themselves, their lack of diversity renders the resulting ecosystems fragile and unsustainable. For instance, in 2000, a single disease devastated approximately 1 billion poplar trees, erasing 2 decades of progress in certain areas. Similarly, in 2008, severe winter storms destroyed 10% of the artificially planted forest, underscoring the vulnerability of monocultures to environmental stresses. Another significant challenge arises from the ecological mismatch between the planted species and the local environment. Many of the areas targeted for reforestation were never naturally forested and consist of poor quality soils. The fast-growing tree species used in the project demand substantial amounts of groundwater, often exceeding what the arid regions can sustainably provide. This overconsumption has led to the decline of native grasses and shrubs, which are better adapted to these conditions. As these native plants die off, the soil becomes increasingly loose and prone to wind erosion, exacerbating the very problem the project seeks to solve. The scale of the project also presents logistical and maintenance challenges. Between 1978 and 2004, it was estimated that only 15% of the trees planted survived. Without consistent human intervention, the planted forests struggled to thrive in their harsh environments. Moreover, the trees that do survive often fail to replicate the ecological benefits of native forests. Unlike old-growth forests, these artificial plantations lack biodiversity, offering limited habitat for wildlife and minimal contributions to ecosystem health. Economic incentives introduced to encourage tree planting have also had unintended consequences. Between 2000 and 2015, satellite data revealed a 32% increase in tree cover in southwestern China. However, during the same period, native forests suffered a net loss of 6.6%. Local farmers, motivated by financial rewards, began cutting down native vegetation to make way for non-native species. This practice undermines the project's goals and threatens the remaining old-growth forests, which are critical reservoirs of biodiversity. Despite these challenges, the project has achieved notable successes. By 2014, it was reported that the frequency of dust and sandstorms in northern China had decreased by 20%. Additionally, the Chinese government claimed that desertified land was being reclaimed at a rate of 2,400 square kilometers annually. Satellite data from NASA supports these claims, indicating positive trends in some areas. Furthermore, recent policy shifts suggest a more sustainable approach moving forward. Between 2014 and 2017, China implemented a nationwide ban on logging in natural forests. In 2020, revisions to the country's forestry law introduced more comprehensive protections and emphasized the planting of native trees, shrubs, and herbs that require less water. These native plants not only align better with local conditions, but also offer economic benefits to communities without the ecological downsides associated with non-native species. If this trend continues, it bodes well for the long-term success of the Great Green Wall. However, a key lesson from this project is that reforestation must be approached holistically. Simply planting trees is not enough. The focus must also be on restoring ecosystems, conserving biodiversity, and ensuring the sustainability of interventions. The Great Green Wall also highlights the importance of preserving natural deserts. Contrary to popular perception, deserts like the Gobi are not barren wastelands but vibrant ecosystems teeming with life. The Gobi Desert, for instance, is home to numerous species, including the endangered snow leopard and Bactrian camel. Efforts to combat desertification must strike a balance between reclaiming land for human use and preserving these unique habitats. The project's reliance on monoculture planting underscores a broader issue in global reforestation efforts. Biodiverse, old-growth forests are unparalleled in their ability to support ecosystems, store carbon, and regulate the climate. In contrast, monoculture plantations often fall short, providing limited ecological benefits and remaining vulnerable to pests, diseases, and climate extremes. Assisted natural regeneration, which involves supporting the recovery of existing ecosystems, offers a more sustainable alternative. By allowing native forests to reclaim land naturally, this method enhances biodiversity and resilience while reducing costs and labor. Ultimately, the success of reforestation projects like the Great Green Wall depends on a combination of ecological science, community engagement, and long-term planning. While the initiative has faced significant setbacks, its evolution over time reflects a growing recognition of these principles. By prioritizing native species, incorporating assisted natural regeneration, and balancing ecological and economic goals, the Great Green Wall has the potential to serve as a model for large-scale reforestation efforts worldwide. In conclusion, the Great Green Wall of China is a testament to the scale and ambition required to tackle environmental challenges. Its successes and failures offer valuable lessons for the global community. As the project continues to evolve, it serves as a reminder that while combating climate change is an urgent priority, preserving biodiversity and restoring ecosystems are equally critical to building a sustainable future. By addressing these interconnected goals, humanity can create a legacy of environmental stewardship that benefits both people and the planet.